PBT Model Test Scripts for the Listening Comprehension section. Section 1. In this section of the test, you will have an opportunity to demonstrate your ability to understand conversations and talks in English. There are 3 parts to this section with special directions for each part. Answer all the questions on the basis of what is stated or implied by the speakers in this test. When you take the actual TOEFL test, you will not be allowed to take notes or write in your test book. Try to work on this model test in the same way. Part A. Directions. In Part A, you will hear short conversations between 2 people. After each conversation, you will hear a question about the conversation. The conversations and questions will not be repeated. After you hear a question, read the 4 possible answers in your book and choose the best answer. Then, on your answer sheet, find the number of the question and fill in the space that corresponds to the letter of the answer you have chosen. Number 1.
You'd better take the car to the garage from now on. They charged me $75 for a few minor repairs.
That's not too bad.
What does the man mean? Number 2.
The International Students Association is having a party Saturday night. Can you come, or do you have to work at the hospital?
I wish I could.
What will the woman probably do? Number 3.
I think that the game starts at 8.
Good. We have just enough time to get there.
What will the speakers probably do? Number 4.
What did you do after you lost your passport?
I went to see the foreign student advisor, and he reported it to the passport office in Washington.
What did the man do after he lost his passport? Number 5.
If you don't have an account here, I can't cash your check. I'm sorry, but that's the way it is.
Well, thanks a lot. You're a big help.
What does the woman mean? Number 6.
I'm not sure what Dr. Tyler wants us to do.
If I were you, I'd write a rough draft and ask Dr. Tyler to look at it.
What does the woman suggest the man do? Number 7.
Dr. Clark is the only one teaching statistics this term.
You mean we have to put up with her for another semester?
What does the woman mean? Number 8.
Do you think that you can have these shirts finished by Friday morning?
I'm sorry. I couldn't possibly get them done by then. Saturday afternoon would be the earliest that you could have them.
What does the woman say about the shirts? Number 9.
The music and the flowers are lovely.
Yes. I hope that the food is good.
What kind of place are the speakers probably talking about? Number 10.
Hello, Anne. This is Larry at the office. Is Fred at home?
No, Larry. He's in class now. He'll be home for lunch, though.
What do we know about Fred? Number 11.
When does the next bus leave for New York?
Buses leave for New York every half hour. You just missed the 9:30 bus by 5 minutes.
What will the man probably do? Number 12.
Did we have an assignment for Monday? I don't have anything written down.
Nothing to read in the textbook, but we have to see a movie and write a paragraph about it.
What are the speakers discussing? Number 13.
Make 30 copies for me and 20 copies for Mr. Brown.
As soon as I make the final corrections on the original.
What is the woman probably going to do? Number 14.
Excuse me, are you Sally Harrison's sister?
No, I'm not. I'm her cousin.
What had the man assumed about the woman? Number 15.
I can't find my pen. It was right here on the desk yesterday, and now it's gone. Have you seen it?
Yes, I put it in the desk drawer.
What is the woman's problem? Number 16.
When is John coming?
Well, he said he'd be here at 8:30, but if I know him, it will be at least 9 o'clock.
What does the man imply about John? Number 17.
I suppose we should look for a bigger house, but I don't see how we can afford one right now.
If only we hadn't spent so much money on our vacation this year.
What does the woman mean? Number 18.
Did you see Jack's presentation?
Yes, what happened? He didn't seem to know up from down.
What does the woman imply about Jack? Number 19.
Shall I send out the invitations?
Let's hold off on that until I can talk to Janet.
What does the man mean? Number 20.
How's the baby? Is she walking yet?
Oh, yes. I can't keep up with her.
What does the woman mean? Number 21.
How is your experiment coming along?
It's finished, but it didn't turn out quite like I thought it would.
What does the man mean? Number 22.
Barbara sure likes to talk on the phone.
If only she liked her classes as well.
What does the man imply about Barbara? Number 23.
My allergies are really bothering me. I guess I'll have to go to the doctor.
If I were you, I'd try some over-the-counter medications first. They usually do the job.
What does the man suggest the woman do? Number 24.
What did you decide about the scholarship? Did you fill out the application?
I'm going to give it all I've got.
What does the woman mean? Number 25.
Hello, Anne. This is Robert.
Oh, hi, Robert. I was just about to call you.
What does the woman mean? Number 26.
Could I have a few more minutes to finish?
I'm afraid not. It's a timed test.
What does the woman mean? Number 27.
The best part is I can use my roommate's book.
I'm not so sure about that. I think they're using a different book this semester.
What does the man imply? Number 28.
I'm going to get Sally a bike for Christmas.
Are you sure she'd like one?
What does the woman imply? Number 29.
Carol needs a ride downtown, and I said you'd take her.
Oh, no. Please say you didn't.
What can be inferred about the man? Number 30.
I just can't get the answer to this problem. I've been working on it for 3 hours.
Maybe you should get some rest and try it again later.
What does the woman suggest that the man do? This is the end of Part A. Part B. Directions. In this part of the test, you will hear longer conversations. After each conversation, you will hear several questions. The conversations and questions will not be repeated. After you hear a question, read the 4 possible answers in your book and choose the best answer. Then, on your answer sheet, find the number of the question and fill in the space that corresponds to the letter of the answer you have chosen. Remember, you are not allowed to take notes or write on your test pages. Questions 31 through 34. Listen to a class discussion. It seems to me that the question is not whether the metric system should be introduced in the United States, but rather how it should be introduced.
I think that it should be done gradually to give everyone enough time to adjust.
Yes. Perhaps we could even have 2 systems for a while. I mean, we could keep the English system and use metrics as an optional system.
That's what they seem to be doing. When you go to the grocery store, look at the labels on the cans and packages. They are marked in both ounces and grams.
Right, I've noticed that too. And the weather reporters on radio and TV give the temperature readings in both degrees Fahrenheit and degrees Celsius now.
Some road signs have the distances marked in both miles and kilometers, especially on the interstate highways. What do you think, Professor Baker?
Well, I agree that a gradual adoption is better for those of us who have already been exposed to the English system of measurement. But I would favor teaching only metrics in the elementary schools.
I see your point. It might be confusing to introduce two systems at the same time.
Number 31. What is the topic under discussion? Number 32. What changes in measurement in the United States have the students observed? Number 33. What was Professor Baker's opinion? Number 34. Which word best describes Professor Baker's attitude toward his students? Questions 35 through 38. Listen to a telephone call to a travel agent.
Hi, this is Roger Jackson. I'm calling to make a reservation for a flight from Houston to Atlanta.
Yes, Mr. Jackson. And what day would you like to travel?
Oh, not until next month. I want to leave on May 15th and return on May 19th. I thought maybe if I called in advance I could get a better fare.
Yes, you can. But if you stay over Saturday night and return on Sunday, May 20th, the ticket will be even cheaper.
Really? How much cheaper?
Almost $50.
But I would have an extra night in a hotel. No, that's okay. I'll just keep it for May 19th.
All right. Do you have a seating preference?
I'd rather have a window seat.
Good. There is one available. And do you want me to mail these tickets, or will you pick them up?
I'll pick them up. When can I have them?
Any time after 2 o'clock.
Great.
Number 35. What is the main purpose of the telephone call? Number 36. What does the woman suggest? Number 37. What does the man decide to do? Number 38. What will the man probably do? This is the end of Part B. Part C. Directions. In this part of the test, you will hear several short talks. After each talk, you will hear some questions. The talks and questions will not be repeated. After you hear a question, read the 4 possible answers in your book and choose the best answer. Then, on your answer sheet, find the number of the question and fill in the space that corresponds to the letter of the answer you have chosen. Questions 39 through 42. Listen to Breakthroughs in Science, a weekly radio program.
Since the National Aeronautical and Space Administration was established in 1961, NASA has been engaged in an extensive research effort, which in cooperation with private industry has transferred technology to the international marketplace. Hundreds of everyday products can be traced back to the space mission, including cordless electrical tools, airtight food packaging, water purification systems, and even scratch coating for eyeglasses. In addition, many advances in medical technology can be traced back to NASA laboratories. First used to detect flaws in spacecraft, ultrasound is now standard equipment in almost every hospital for diagnosis and assessment of injuries and disease. Equipment first used by NASA to transmit images from space to Earth is used to assist in cardiac imaging, and lasers first used to test satellites are now used in surgical procedures. Under-the-skin implants for the continuous infusion of drugs and small pacemakers to regulate the heart were originally designed to monitor the physical condition of astronauts in space. Finally, with the help of images that were obtained during space missions and NASA technology, archaeologists have been able to explore the Earth. Cities lost under desert sands have been located and rediscovered, and the seafloor has been mapped using photographs from outer space.
Number 39. What is the talk mainly about? Number 40. Which of the products listed are not mentioned as part of the technology development for space missions? Number 41. According to the speaker, why did NASA develop medical equipment? Number 42. Why does the speaker mention archaeology? Questions 43 through 46. Listen to a talk by a tour guide on a bus.
The first permanent settlement was made at this site in 1776, when a Spanish military post was established on the end of that peninsula. During the same year, some Franciscan fathers founded the Mission San Francisco de Asís on a hill above the post. A trail was cleared from the military post to the mission, and about halfway between the two, a station was established for travelers called Yerba Buena, which means good herbs. For 13 years, the village had fewer than 100 inhabitants, but in 1848, with the discovery of gold, the population grew to 10,000. That same year, the name was changed from Yerba Buena to San Francisco. By 1862, telegraph communications linked San Francisco with eastern cities, and by 1869, the first transcontinental railroad connected the Pacific coast with the Atlantic seaboard. Today, San Francisco has a population of almost 3 million. It is the financial center of the West and serves as the terminus for trans-Pacific steamship lines and air traffic. The Port of San Francisco, which is almost 18 miles long, handles between 5 and 6 million tons of cargo annually. And now, if you will look to your right, you should just be able to see the Golden Gate Bridge. The bridge, which is more than 1 mile long, spans the harbor from San Francisco to Marin County and the Redwood Highway. It was completed in 1937 at a cost of $32 million and is still one of the largest suspension bridges in the world.
Number 43. What is the main purpose of this talk? Number 44. According to the tour guide, what was the settlement called before it was renamed San Francisco? Number 45. According to the tour guide, what happened in 1848? Number 46. How long is the Golden Gate Bridge? Questions 47 through 50. Listen to a talk by a college instructor in an English class.
So many different kinds of writing have been called essays, it is difficult to define exactly what an essay is. Perhaps the best way is to point out 4 characteristics that are true of most essays. First, an essay is about one topic. It does not start with one subject and digress to another and another. Second, although a few essays are long enough to be considered a small book, most essays are short. 500 words is the most common length for an essay. Third, an essay is written in prose, not poetry. True, Alexander Pope did call 2 of his poems essays, but that word is part of a title. And after all, the essay on man and the essay on criticism really are not essays at all. They are long poems. Fourth, and probably most important, an essay is personal. It is the work of one person whose purpose is to share a thought, idea, or point of view. Let me also state here that since an essay is always personal, the term personal essay is redundant. Now, taking into consideration all of these characteristics, perhaps we can now define an essay as a short prose composition with a personal viewpoint that discusses one topic. With that in mind, let's brainstorm some topics for your first essay assignment.
Number 47. What is the instructor defining? Number 48. What is the main point of the talk? Number 49. According to the talk, which of the characteristics are not true of an essay? Number 50. What will the students probably do as an assignment? This is the end of the PBT model test.